Hi, I'm Kenneth Sampson, and you are currently watching a video from the MII Senior Expo Take a Strand. We had the opportunity and privilege of inviting speakers to speak on their field of expertise and to educate us on their profession and how we can relate it to our strands and also to our daily lives, as well as to assist students if a career, field, or strand is right for them. Now, without further ado, we hope that you learn from the video.
Now, I wanted to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the first MI Expo Take a Strand. It is my pleasure to welcome our student speaker for today, Kenneth Sampson. He was the one who joined me earlier. And Ken will be representing the accountancy business management strand by speaking on social media content creation. Again, let us give a warm welcome to Kenneth Sampson.
So thank you again, Sophie, for that really warm introduction. Napaka-warm, tinalo pa ang fries ng McDo. Okay, good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the very first ABM talk of Take a Strand. And today, I'll be talking about content creation. But before we start, I would like to formally introduce myself. I'm John Floyd Kenneth Sampson, but you can call me Ken since ang haba ng pangalan ko. And I'm a 12th grader of the Accountancy Business and Management Strand, or ABM, here in MIIS. And outside school, I am a content creator on TikTok and Instagram. Aside from that, quite recently, I became an ambassador for one of my favorite e-commerce platforms, which is Shopee Philippines. Salamat, Shopee. Today, I'll be tackling this topic of content creation primarily in the perspective of a Shopee ambassador. But I would like for all of you to know that you do not have to be a Shopee ambassador to use what you'll learn from today's session because anyone can benefit from it. May you be an aspiring content creator, aspiring marketer, or just like me, an aspiring entrepreneur. So I would just want to briefly talk about how this journey of content creation started for me. So at around late 2019, I started doing TikTok as a joke. And what you're seeing right now is a screenshot of my very first video of me imitating e-boys, their clothing, mannerisms, yung gumaganon yung mata nila, and whatnot, because that was a trend back then. And currently, it has 39.6 K views. And if I'm not mistaken, that video hit 2,000 likes, and I gained 1,000 followers in less than 24 hours after making my TikTok account, which I think was really crazy considering that I only started posting the night before and I really didn't have that big of a platform in any social media site prior to making my TikTok account. Fast forward to now, I have 35,000 followers. And this opened a big opportunity for me because someone from Shopee's marketing team sent me a message through my Instagram and said that they saw my TikToks and they thought that I was a perfect member for their Shopee Affiliates program. So, brief overview, the Shopee Affiliates program gives content creators and avid shoppers of Shopee the opportunity to earn money while doing both of the things that they love to do, which is content creation and online shopping. So, with no hesitation, I grabbed the opportunity and said yes to it. So, what do I typically do as a Shopee ambassador? There's quite a lot, but here are my four favorite tasks. Number one is the photo shoot. So my photo shoots are typically done with a one-man team consisting of me, myself, and I. So these kinds of photo shoots are typically done during Shopee's campaign periods like 3-3, 4-4, 10-10, 11-11, our favorite number sales. So Shopee ambassadors are given instructions 1 to 2 weeks before the campaign's posting period by their managers so that we would have ample time to prepare our marketing collaterals. And for 4-4, I had to hold up an imaginary egg. So nakaganon ako sa camera ko and show my favorite purchase from Shopee Philippines. In this case, it's a bedside table that I was able to buy for only 520 pesos. Pardon my image there. Next up, we have my other favorite part, editing. After the photo shoot, I airdrop my photos to the computer, select the best ones, and then I edit the brightness, contrast, saturation, Lexi, alam mo to, and the other settings of the photos that I have chosen through a free software called Darkroom. It's really quite powerful, so I think you guys should check that out. Then I edit the stickers that Shopee has provided. They're ambassadors through the kits that they have provided. So you can see me like, yeah, add the stickers and add the sale price tag of my featured product. Next up, we have posting. This is one of my favorites because I'm able to show the world what I have created. So I airdrop again the edited photos onto my phone, add the caption that I have prepared beforehand, and upload my photo to Instagram. Lastly, I work on Courtney Kenny and my affiliate links. Courtney Kenny is essentially a collection of my affiliate links to the products that I enjoy using. Unique affiliate links are generated by copying the product link from Shopee, then pasting it into Shopee's affiliate platform, and I use that to generate my own links. So any purchases that are made through those links help support us ambassadors as we can earn legit money from that. Get that coin, I guess. After generating those links, I add them onto a spreadsheet as well as to my website, Courtney Kenny. And I also made and designed the website from scratch, which makes it really special for me. Now, here are the important tools that make these tasks possible. First, we have Card and Beacons. These two are services that help its users create websites on their own. And the reason why I chose these two is because it is free and it's also very customizable. So here is the site that I have created. It is divided into three main categories: home and living, gadgets and tech, and also skincare. My three favorite product categories ever. Once you click into one of those categories, the products are arranged into their subcategories. So like furniture, smart home, and every time I look at the website, I smile because it feels like it has become a child of mine, which is true naman. Wala lang siyang birth certificate. That's quite unfortunate. Next up is Canva. So I use Canva to create my posts on Instagram. Canva allows me to make these original photos turn into these, as well as this photo into this. I also made this pretty cool background that has little orange shopping carts if you look at it closely. And I use this again for my website, Courtney Kenny. So I find it absolutely stunning. And it's also easy to do because it only took me less than 10 minutes to create that background from scratch because Canva has its own in-house elements, just like that shopping cart. So you can just edit the colors, resize, align, whatnot. Canva, amazing. And this one is probably one of my favorite tools ever, Google Sheets. Number one, it's because we're studying accounting, and Google Sheets is just like it's like a calculator on steroids. It's that powerful. And this service is so versatile because you can make spreadsheets for almost anything. You can use it as a progress tracker, make schedules, lists, but I primarily use my Google Sheets to keep track of my affiliate links for Courtney Kenny. So I organized everything into different columns and added check boxes to the first column so I would know which links are active and which ones are inactive. And aside from this wonderful four that I have mentioned, here are a few more tools that make all of these possible. So I use Gmail to receive instructions from my manager. I also set up my business email so that I can be easily contacted by businesses who want to collaborate with me. Also, I use Google Calendar for task management and organization. I use Partnerize for generating links. So that's Shopee's platform of making affiliate links. I also use it to manage the commission I've earned. But Shopee ambassadors will be migrating into another platform, but it's also very similar to Partnerize. And of course, Instagram and TikTok, because this is where I'm able to reach and interact with my audience. And this is where I also distribute my content. Now, you may be asking, isn't all of these difficult to do while you're a student? I'm not going to lie, it is. But big but what keeps me going is it because it's rewarding. It's really rewarding because this opportunity allowed me to practice my craft, become better at it through real world application, and of course, as we all know, experience is the best teacher. So I've also made new friends as a content creator, which I find to be really awesome. So that's one of the perks of doing all of these now. But going back, even though it's rewarding, there will always be challenges. And when I say always, all the time. So number one, we have the algorithm. To be honest, I have not perfected the way into getting the algorithm to like me to boost my posts to everyone. So there are days where a post of mine would blow up, get thousands of views and likes, and then the next post right after that would be just meh. So I'm still practicing it. I'm not perfect at it, but I'm getting there. Number two, running out of ideas for content. I often find myself pouring all the best content ideas I have in one go, only for me to run out of ideas, which makes me inactive on either TikTok or Instagram for weeks. So if I'm not mistaken, they don't like it because you're inactive and you don't get people to use your service. So yun, hindi ka na ibuboost, magagalit yung algorithm sa'yo. Sad, right? And one of the biggest challenges, bashers. Oh my goodness. So the first time I was bashed was for doing the Renegade TikTok dance on top of BTS's Black Swan as a song. I really just made that video because I thought that the dance matched up really well with the song's timing. And then there was someone who commented that I ruined the song for Dancing Renegade to it because it didn't give Black Swan justice. Black Swan doesn't deserve it. Okay. But of course, I found it quite mababaw. But for a few seconds, not minutes, seconds lang, I was slightly hurt. But of course, I kept doing my thing and just ignored them. So the best piece of advice I would give to you is don't give them what they're craving, which is your attention and your, what do you call it? Is that the tip of my tongue? Your kapikunan. Yon. Don't be pikon. Let them starve because they don't deserve your attention. Remember that haters will always have something to say about you all the time. And they would criticize you for doing something that they cannot do. So the best thing to do is to ignore them. Do nothing, let them starve, don't give them attention. Serves them right. On a lighter note, one thing that I learned as an ABM student from our Principles of Marketing class is the importance of knowing your audience. Your content creation journey won't lead you to anywhere if you keep creating content that your audience won't enjoy. This is where the analytics or insights features of different social media services come in. So here's a screenshot of my own analytics page on TikTok. I think that the analytics page of these services act as preliminary research for you to know your audience a bit better. You can know more about the gender of your demographic or your followers, where they're coming from in terms of location, what time they're most active on that service, and the like. Now, this is a screenshot of my analytics page of one of my TikTok videos that was well received. These data can help you know how much time your audience has spent to watch your video, how many people have viewed your video, liked, commented, shared your video. How did your audience find that video? So they found this one primarily on their FYP or my profile. And this is another screenshot. But what makes this different is you can see a lot more traffic source types. So a lot of them also came from the sound, which this was the video I actually got bashed on at the Black Swan video. But I'm not going to delete it because, oh my goodness. And the next lesson I learned from my marketing class is to not try to please and everyone, because you just can't do that. You just can't please everyone. So a great analogy that my marketing teacher used was about a pizza. So picture yourself, guys. You own this pizza restaurant that makes this really delicious pizza that a small group of people really, really, really enjoy. They enjoy to the point that they would die for that pizza. Then other groups said, "Oh, I think you should remove the mushrooms because I don't really like it, and that would increase your sales." Yes, that would make your customer base larger, but the satisfaction that the first group got has decreased slightly. Decreased. Oh, Christ. Decreased slightly. And as you continue removing more ingredients or toppings in hopes of satisfying more people, the satisfaction continues to decrease until your pizza just isn't appealing to anyone anymore. I think the same goes with content creation. It's much better to target a specific demographic that would absolutely love your content instead of trying to cater to everyone if the satisfaction that they would get would be much lower. So quality over quantity. Talagang amen to that. Before we end, here's one key lesson that I want you guys to remember. Do what you love. You've probably heard this so many times already, but I just had to say it again. If your job practices your passion, it wouldn't even feel like you're working. I love content creation and online shopping, and I'm currently doing both of them as a job on the side, and I love it. So that's about it. You may reach me through my TikTok, which is Kenny _03. You can also send me a DM through my Instagram, which is Kene. And please remember that at the end of my Instagram handle, there are 5 E's, and I would be really happy to talk to you there. So, yeah. Oh, and also, I'm inviting you guys to visit cartonkenny.card.co in your free time, and feel free to explore the website, check how I designed it, check the product recommendations I have. And what's great about Courtney Kenny is that I would only recommend a product, number one, if I have used it, and number two, if I have enjoyed it. So rest assured that those are all great finds. I would never recommend a product that I did not enjoy. So that would be all. And thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned a lot today.
Thank you so much, Kenneth, for that very eye-opening and informative presentation. And I'm sure that the students here today were able to learn a lot from your lecture. Now we will be allotting this time for a Q&A session. So feel free to type down your questions in the chat box, or you may opt to send your questions privately to any of our hosts if you do choose to stay anonymous. Now, do we have any questions, guys? Do you have any schedules for posting? Yes or no?
Yes, this is where Google Calendar comes in. So, for example, for campaigns for Shopee, Shopee gives us this week where we can post our content. We can pick any day there as long as it's within the week. For this 4/4, I think the window was March 26 to April 4. So tapos ng April 4, I can post within that time frame. But what I do is I post at April 3 because at 4/4 people have probably checked out their cards na. And if you post too early, people would forget that it's 4/4. So I do it at April 3 so that they are reminded that it's 4/4, and when they click the links, yeah, they can
Okay,
see.
thank you, Ken. Now we have another question. How can you make a business email?
How can you make a business email? Okay. Uh I have 4 emails right now: my school, a private one, a personal one, and a business email. And what I found with my other 3 accounts was that it's hard to identify that it's me. So one tip that I used for my business email is that I can be recognized that it's my email and it's not just other person's email. So my business email is Kenny Samson, double N, because Kenny Samson with one N was already taken by someone, doppelganger, I guess. But yeah, so I use Kenny Samson because on my Instagram it's Kenny. Tapos my TikTok is Kenny _03. And you look, and I also link my email sa bios ko, so people can know it's mine.
All right, so the next question is, what other content do you create? Do you have any other content that you post?
What other content do I create? On Instagram, pag outside Shopee, I take photos of usually past travels. So if you stalk my Instagram right now, Kenny, you're gonna see a lot of photos from Osaka, Korea, because ayan no, si Lexi pinapakita niya maraming photos of my travels and sometimes of me. Yeah.
So Jaime wants to know, does Shopee pay you?
Yes. Shopee does pay me for being an ambassador. It's a commission-based job, so it's not like you receive a salary every 15th or the end of the month. It's not like that. So a commission-based job is uh, you earn based on your performance. So for example, your affiliate links do really well. A lot of people clicked on those affiliate links and checked out. You will receive more commission. And if you're not able to market it, you're not able to perform well, that's where you don't really receive a lot of commission. So it's really performance based, which I think motivates me. It was like, oh, I think I should do better next time. So that translates into my work.
So, what is the best time to post? Asks Eli.
Best time to post, there is no clear-cut answer for that. You really have to look at your demographic again, market research, consumer profile. Favorite words that I have heard from entrepreneurship. You have to research what time your audience likes to browse through social media, what and also aside from the time, what kind of content they want to see from you.
All right. So Linus wants to know, what if our passion can't be met because of a certain scenario? For example, I have a passion for traveling, but it cannot be met because of COVID-19.
Yan. Uh, Parang ayoko na sabihin sa pag-ibig, wag naman, parang ang sakit. Walang forever. Walang forever. Kalimutan na natin yung pag-ibig. So, uh, in the meantime, yes, baka nga hindi mo magagawa yung passion mo. But I'm so sure that in the future, that you'll be able to practice your passion as your work. So, not right now, unfortunately, that sucks. But I'm sure in the future, everything would work out.
Okay, so how often do you do these kinds of tasks as a Shopee ambassador?
Since my Shopee ambassador manager provides these instructions to me 1 to 2 weeks before the campaign. So the first thing I do is I look at the instructions, then look at the dates, then I use Google Calendar to make my deliverables and also set an internal deadline. That's really important. Don't just listen to the deadline that Shopee says. For example, Shopee says have things ready by March 28th. That's not your deadline. That's Shopee's deadline, not your internal deadline. The best thing to do is to like push it back 2 days. So kung March 26th, by March 26th, you should have everything done. So if anything goes wrong with it between 26 and 27, by 28, you'll be able to resolve it. Internal deadline is so important. I can't emphasize that enough.
It really is, the procrastinators out there. Learn from Ken. Me. Okay, do you ever get discouraged or tired from your lifestyle with your job and education? And how do you get over that? Asks Paris.
Do I get discouraged? No. Again, since nasabi ko nga na commission-based job yung Shopee, it only motivates me na to see my conversions. Conversion refers talaga textbook. Conversion is basically when someone clicks on your link, goes to Shopee, checks out something. So you converted that viewer into a customer of Shopee. So nag-convert. So seeing the conversions rise, seeing the clicks rise, that only motivates me to improve my performance in terms of posting and also the Cart ni Kenny website. So at first, actually, Cart ni Kenny was quite plain. I only used a template from Card. I was like, no, this is not gonna do. This is not what entrepreneurship taught me. So I had to do things on my own, make my own colors, tapos make my own graphic design sa Canva. So yeah, that motivated me, and after doing that, uh, it did quite a bit better. So yeah, branding, make yourself unique. That's your value proposition para people would remember you. Cart ni Kenny, oh, have you checked the new products sa Cart ni Kenny? Yeah! Ganon.
Love that. So how did you find out about the tools that you are currently using as a content creator and a Shopee ambassador?
The tools, I actually learned most of them from school. So for example, for Card, I actually learned Card through Miss Lexi Aguila here. She's my classmate sa ABM. Since she has her own business, I saw that she has this link in her bio, and I look a Linktree, tapos I searched for other uh, alternatives to Linktree, yung mga pinsan ng Linktree. So I found Card, and I believe that Card is the best one out there because it's really customizable. Allow me to share my screen. I'm actually gonna go to my website right now para makita natin.
Exciting. I actually only heard of Linktree. I didn't know that Card was a thing. I should check that out.
Yeah. And after Linktree, we have beacons, Linky. So there's a lot of options, but I do recommend use Card. One caveat though is that it is what do you call it? you can have 3 websites for free. But if you want to make more websites, you have to pay a small fee. A small fee, promise. So here's my website, and yan. This is, I think, only Card can do this countdown. So nung around 4:03, you can customize what time it ends. Tapos if it ends, what website you want it to go to. Tapos, and also you can do dividers, which I think Linktree is just gives you the links right there, and that's a no for me. So yeah, and it's also, yeah, you can see the categories: furniture, smart home, others, and also if you click to my socials, so for example, Instagram, it automatically redirects you to my Instagram page. So I think a Card is so versatile. Oh, yeah.
Now, Linus is asking, do you have any replacement photo editing software for Darkroom because it can't be for Windows?
It can be for Windows. Snapseed. If you have a phone, Snapseed is really powerful. It's by Google. It's a free software. You can look for it on Play Store or App Store. You have a healing tool. So, for example, there's a person behind you and it ruined your shot. You can just erase them as if nothing happened. You can
Great.
also tune your
Hi.
brightness, contrast, saturation. You can make filters of your own there, and it's free. There's no premium tier for Snapseed. It's called Snapseed, Snapseed. Pitik seed. Yan.
See
Lexi's
Lexi,
showing.
Lexi's showing it. She's
Yeah.
nodding her
So the
head.
app icon, yeah, the app icon has like a leaf, and I promise you, Snapseed is really powerful, and you don't have to pay for it at all, even to get certain features, because everything is given to you on a golden plate. Don't we love that?
You can see Lexi nodding her head. If she agrees, then that means it's a
She
good
agrees.
app.
Photographer yan.
She's the
Lexi
photographer of our
agrees.
batch at Lex Lumina on Instagram. She's an amazing artist. Oh, okay. So here Maddie has another question. How do you make a social media for business-like content?
Business like content. If you're a business talaga, like you just want to use social media. Again, market research. In the first place, does your demographic want to see you in social media? Maybe they want to see you on billboards. Maybe they want to see you on the streets, but not they're not on social media. So that would be a waste of your assets, a waste of your talent, allocating so much time into creating your social media and marketing, when in fact they're not even there to see it. So yeah. But if you do make a business social media, again, know your audience nga. What social media do they use? What color schemes? Whatnot. Amazing.
So Kenneth, why do you think you haven't mastered the algorithm?
That's a great question. Why I haven't mastered the algorithm? Uh, I guess nandun nga ako sa problem too. I sometimes run out of content ideas. And when you're inactive kasi, people, TikTok or like Instagram's gonna think, oh, he's not really using Instagram much. Do we really want to boost his post? Yung ganon. That's not how it really works. Pero like yung mindset nila ganon. So if you're inactive, they're not gonna really boost you much. And if I'm not mistaken, lately I've been posting once a week lang, sometimes once every 2 weeks. So yon. Let's ask Charlie. Si Charlie D'Amelio na lang.
How do you
Tanungin
do
natin.
it?
Talagang namakin niya yung algorithm. For some reason, di ko alam anong ginagawa ni Charlie.
It's crazy.
Tawagan ko siya, mama. Hey Charlie, what did you do?
FaceTime
Ganon.
filter. FaceTime.
Tapin ko siya.
Di ba may Snapchat filter na FaceTime si Charlie? Yeah, you can go on Snapchat and then you could search up a celebrity and then put FaceTime and then it's gonna look like your face.
Post no. Uy, Charlie, how did you do it? Tas ganon. If I get to hear from Charlie, sasabihin ko sa inyo, kayo yung unang makakarinig. Kung marinig ko siya in the first place.
Okay, so do we have any more questions? Oh, here, Linus is asking, how can you think of a good and catchy business name?
Good and catchy business name. in MI, I noticed that how we brand our companies is like you think of a name. For example, cheese. You're a cheese product. What is cheese in Latin? Tapos, gagawin mo yung Latin name. Tapos, that's your brand. Sir Jay's gonna ask you, why is it in Latin? It sounds cool. That's a big no. Don't don't use the Latin language just because it's cool. And also, I think napapansin natin sa mga businesses, yung mga MNL, PH, cheese MNL, cheese PH, you cannot deny it. It's everywhere. So maybe let's find our value proposition. Let's think of new names. For example, I've seen new businesses sa Instagram, small businesses, yung mga names nila Point Studios, Paris Studios, yung mga ganon. And those are clothing brands, walang mga MNL. And I think it's very unique. It's very memorable. Ganon. And also yun nga, consider the language rin. Baka naman ano. Why would your Filipino audience want to hear Latin names if they don't know what it is? If you still have to explain what it is? Yun.
Or you,
Latin
ano,
is beautiful.
make-
Latin is very beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Latin is very beautiful, but don't use it for your brand name just because it's beautiful.
what about Korean names?
If you're a Korean product, yung mga samgyeopsal businesses, why not venture out?
Go ahead, Dave. You can ask, just drop your questions down in the chat box. Faris is asking, can you give us coupon codes?
Coupon codes. Wala pang ganon, but I do have giveaways sa Instagram. So, nung 4-4, I gave away 1,000 peso vouchers. Let me just pull up my Instagram real quick. Let's stalk myself. Alika, join me. Stalking session.
Let's stalk me.
Ayan. Let's go to my Instagram profile. Ito, this was the one I had the photo shoot with. Tapos there, you can see giveaway alert, get a chance to win 1,000 pesos Shopee Pay credits. And the mechanics are really simple. Follow, like, tas comment. And nung 3-3 may nanalo ng 25 people. So that's 25,000 rin.
Wow.
So again, you guys, I don't have vouchers right now, but I do have giveaways with Shopee Philippines. So yun nga, check out my Instagram, Kene, and if you turn on post notifications, baka mauna ka pa sa pag-comment ng salamat Shopee. So ayan, that's quite awesome. But my baby photo, wag niyo na tignan. Wag niyo na tignan. You saw nothing.
Also, guys, if you're interested in vouchers, later when we return to the main room, you should pay attention because we got a surprise for you guys.
Vouchers. Surprise.
Wow. Jason's
Have surprise.
asking. Oh, sorry.
Have surprise.
Jason is asking, how long do you think you can keep making content?
In economics, we have something called diminishing marginal utility. So for example, you eat a bag of chips and you're hungry. Your first bite is so good, but after like you finish the whole bag of chips, the benefits you get slowly decreases. And yung goal ko naman talaga dati was to make content. And if I found myself, I'm satisfied with the amount of content I've made, I'm satisfied with the amount of time I've allocated to create this content, I'm happy na. And yon, I just accepted na it's okay. Nothing's forever talaga. And you just look at the past, like the beauty of the past. Ganon. Wala, naiyak ako. Iyak. Basta ganon, diminishing marginal utility. Search niyo yun. I love that concept.
Linus is asking, is being self-taught important in terms of starting a business?
Yes. Because you can't always rely on the people around you because sometimes they might not have the answers you need. So it's important that you, not really survival of the fittest, but you know how to survive on your own. Kasi yun nga, you need to fend for yourself. Fend talaga, parang napaka-violent naman ng business. Not like that, but business is very beautiful, not violent. Basta ganun. It is important that you learn how to think on your own rin. Take it slowly though, wag mong biglain na parang learn everything. It's also okay for you to ask for help. And that's normal. Don't be ashamed of asking for help. It's okay not to know everything because I don't know everything.
Now, Sophia is asking, do you need to like save up for a lot of capital to buy resources?
I think it all depends on your business. For example, nag-reseller ka ng mga iPhone 12. Yes, to even get one iPhone 12, you need a lot of capital. Then you also need your storage space, your logistics, yung pag-deliver sa mga customers, handling. So yun, yung mga ganong business, you do need a lot of capital. But you have to reassess your business. Kunyari, are you baking cookies? Can you do it in your kitchen lang? Do you need to rent anything out? Yung mga ganon, you can start with a little capital. Also, if you're privileged enough to not rent, don't rent because yun nga, the markup of rent is really high. And if it's your own talaga, your own assets, you're gonna save a lot more.
That's right.
Grabe, I love ABM. You can see the passion.
I love this. That's really like passion is really something that can drive you, and you can see that so clearly in Ken. Ooh, shout out. And oh, somebody asked if you could put down the links of your social medias though in the chat box so that people can follow you on Instagram and TikTok.
Hang on.
Kenneth will be putting the links to his social medias down below in the chat box. Do we have any more questions? Feel free. Kenneth looks like he's having a great time. I'm having a great time, and I'm not even the one answering. This is so fun.
How do I access that? Huh?
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi tastes like rust. Sorry. Sorry. To be
I mean, I
honest.
like them both,
Pepsi
but
does
like Coke is better, but like
I'd rather drink water than drink Pepsi.
oh my gosh, guys. We're the school that had the soda slayer. Shh.
Wait lang, baka meron pa naman ako potential collaboration with Pepsi tapos tinaslander ko sila. Pepsi, wala ka narinig. Na joke lang. I would never collaborate. Coke lang talaga.
With Rust. Why did MI stop selling soft drinks? Because of our classmate who made a very, very good kids can. His name was Daniel. His name is Daniel Got My Time. He's not dead. He's alive. It was his kids can project in first grade, the Soda Slayer. And yeah, I think he moved to Ateneo, but that was an amazing project. It was to fight, sugary drinks for our health, which is really good, especially something we have to think about. Oh, we have another question. Ooh. How do you defeat the thought of running out of ideas?
Oh. How do I defeat the thought of running out of ideas? To be honest, I haven't defeated it at all. Am I battling it? No, I'm just joke. I use the drafts ng TikTok, and I resist the urge to post them agad. So I just have fun with the ideas, the mga sudden ideas I have in mind, then just draft them.
Yes, have
I
fun.
think Hershey
has a question here. She says, I've been planning to make animations in TikTok, but I can't seem to find the courage to post them. Do you have any advice on how to overcome the fear of what people might think about my posts?
Yan. I guess you have the fear that people won't enjoy it. People might go to the extent to bash you. But again, parang what I said earlier, do what you love. If it makes you happy, talagang push for it. Even if people like say, ang pangit naman yan. No. Mas pangit ugali nila. Your art is amazing. Mas pangit ugali nila. So, pagtutulakan ng mga bago. So yun, that's the best piece of advice I could give you.
That's
Ilagay ng cartolina.
true. And social media, you have the power naman to block people. So like,
Yeah. And
don't
blocking
give
people doesn't mean it's also parang ano, your way of paano ba, maintaining your mental state in a
self-care.
healthy. So just because you block someone doesn't mean you're weak. Like you can't fight back. No, you're just
for like an
wanting
hour and prayer for
to
an hour, so I can
be
be more
better, better.
and still have the motivation to be helping more people. And
Heck. All right. You can continue, Ken.
Yun.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Well, Ina's asking, what are your plans slash goals for the future? Would you want to be an ambassador for other countries, companies? Wow, ambassador of a country, what a stretch. Companies.
yeah, I'm open to it. Kaya nga ako gumawa ng business email so businesses can reach me better. I wasn't able to talk about this, but Kawaii Cookies, that's a business owned by Miss Dani Guerrero. She was an MI student before, and I've collaborated with her. So she sent me a box of BT21 cookies. I'm not sure if you guys know BT21, mga bata ng BTS. Then I took photos with that, then posted it. So yun, nagpartner na ako with other brands. And I'm looking forward to partnering with other companies as well. Ooh,
Who
great question.
are your TikTok idols? Who do you look up to on TikTok? Favorite content creators?
I'm not sure if you guys know the CEO of Colorette, si Miss Nina. So yeah. So yeah, CEO siya. So her content is just very up my alley. Then sino pa ba? Miss what's her name? Starts with A. Basta she's a financial advisor. Miss Francine ata. If I'm not mistaken don't take my word for it. Basta napakagaling niyang financial advisor. I'm able to learn quite a bit kahit sa TikTok. Given that 15 seconds or 1 minute sa TikTok. Very informative yung posts niya. And I think Sophia has a really great question. Ayun na. Can you be an ambassador for multiple companies at the same time? It depends. For example, you're an ambassador for a cookies business. Then you're an ambassador for detergent business, an ambassador for slippers business. I don't think that they're in a competition. But kunyari, if you're an ambassador for Oppo, the Oppo cell phone, I don't think you can be an ambassador for Vivo or Samsung because they're in the same market, right? But for example, yun nga, you're an ambassador for slippers, cookies, I don't know, pencils, whatnot. I don't think they're competing with each other, so I don't think they would have that in terms like, hey, you cannot be an ambassador for someone else. But you have to check the terms and conditions that your mag-employ sa'yo or your manager carefully so you won't violate any of that because it will really differ from company to company.
Do you plan on getting a manager, or do you plan to just keep doing things on your own?
I'd like to keep doing things on my own so that I know how to do it. Kasi kung pag manager, you just pass down the task. There's nothing wrong with getting a manager, but I think it's just better for yourself na you know what you're doing, you know how to do it on your own. So it's also an added skill. So you're learning skills, you're doing great things pa. Win-win.
Now, Linus
Is
is
card
asking, oh, sorry, is Card
Go
a
lang.
good site for making an e-resume? If not, what sites do you recommend?
Card, I'm not sure if Card is the best site you can use, but at least for my resume, the one I submitted to a university in Singapore. By the way, I got accepted. So see you in Singapore. Kung pupunta kayo, uh, I use Canva. So Canva is really powerful because there are templates already. You can just edit the existing templates. And what I did was I used a template, but like for example, removed some elements that I didn't really want. And I was able to make my resume. Actually, if I have it? Sorry, I don't have it pala. Nasa isang drive ko. Apologies for that, but my resume was made in Canva lang. And it took me a solid 2 hours because you have a lot of control nga to customize it whatever way you want. Try Canva. It's free.
Here, Marty has a question. Hello, Kenneth. I have a question. Have you ever felt stressed from creating content? If so, how would you be able to deal with it? Because I've been stressed lately with my content, from running out of ideas to saves not loading. It's okay if you're unable to answer it. He's about to answer for you.
Not really stressed na I ran out of ideas, but more of time pressure stress. Because I have the habit of procrastinating. Kahit may calendar ako, I'm still working on it. I'm working on it. I promise. Kahit may calendar ako, and you have the option to edit it and move to like the next day, it just feels so like, oh, maybe I should just do it tomorrow. And unfortunately, it does add a bit of stress. Kahit you get a bit of comfort in the short run. But how you deal with the stress, forget about it for a few minutes. Wag mong kalimutan totally ha. Parang just brush it off for a day. If there's no deadline ha, just brush it off for a day. Do what you like to do. Tapos if you're in the better mental state, you can get back to it. And it's more efficient if you're working in a happy state. Because if you're sad, your output's not gonna be that great. It's gonna reflect in your output. And if you're happy, great output yan.
All right, so looking at the time, we're going to be ending in a few minutes. So I have one last question for the day. What is the best piece of advice you could give to aspiring content creators?
Best piece of advice. Wait lang ah. Best piece of
3 more minutes. Sorry.
Oh, last 3 minutes. Oh, kaya ko ba to? Best piece of advice. Let's try something that I haven't said yet. Ayokong ulitin yung mga nasabi ko.
Oh.
Find what makes you unique. Find what makes you unique. Ganon. In business, you have this value proposition. It's basically what makes you different from the rest. So for example, sila Charlie, mga TikTok dances, that's her identity. Si Miss Nina sa mga business content. The financial advisor I gave you, financial advice. For example, art. You're an art TikToker. Make your identity parang set right there. Make your identity known. So people know, oh, have you seen this art TikToker? Kahit di nila alam yung pangalan mo. Do you know this art TikToker on TikTok that does these kinds of arts? Oh, see? Blank. Kahit di mo sabihin yung pangalan, they would know who you are just because you made that identity for yourself. So yun, find your value proposition, find what makes you unique, and I'm sure that everything would go your favor.
Before you go, please make sure to answer the feedback form that is located down below on the description. Aside from that, we would like to thank our sponsors as well, White Breeze Palawan Hotel, Food Talk Supermart, and the Regalado family for their help. Once again, thank you for your participation. Signing out, Batch of 2021.